Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Jungleland. And this is from director Max Winkler, who brought the film to life, Flower, with, I believe that was Zoe Deutsch in it. And Flower was one of those kinds of films that had a lot going for it, but just felt like it never fully clicked. It had a lot of energy, great performances, but it never fully clicked. And unfortunately, this film, Jungleland, feels similar. Except I feel like this one hits its mark a little bit more than his previous film in Flower. What really works most about Jungleland is the really committed performances by Charlie Hunnam and Jack O'Connell, and they're fantastic. They deliver the emotions, the physicality of the roles. You feel them and their relationship and their journey, and they're just so committed to their performances in this, despite the fact that Charlie Hunnam's American accent is not the greatest, but his emotional performance in this role is fantastic. He's actually a really talented actor. I'm starting to really enjoy Charlie Hunnam's work, and they really deliver in Jungleland. This film seems to be about two brothers. One of them's a fighter. They're trying to get to this big bare-knuckle fighting competition so they can win a bunch of money to pay off some debts, and to Jonathan Major's character. And it turns into something very different. They get saddled with this young woman played by Jessica Barden, who is also really strong in her performance in this film. And the three of them together go on basically a road trip that takes this film in a completely different direction than what you expected. Now, focusing just on the brothers at the beginning of the film and the very end of the film, those scenes really work. And that bare-knuckle fighting is intense and brutal and well shot, and just poetry and motion, the struggle of these two young men. And it really delivers this gritty beauty to the film. What happens in between, which is the vast majority of the film, feels like it's just a wandering, plotless kind of venture that's really just focusing on character. And you have all these different moments, making a lot of different statements, but it never fully engrosses you to a point where it's like you really care what's going on until it clicks back into, it finally hits into gear in the last 20 minutes of the film. And it's a little disappointing that it just turns into this meandering kind of experience, but the performances and the characters and their depth and their connection together make it worth watching through the film, despite the fact that you never feel like it's really clicking into anywhere and really driving forward. But when it does, towards the end, this film gets intense and brutal and shocking and hits emotionally. And some great use of Bruce Springsteen music just kind of hammers home that point at the very end of the film. There's shocking moments, there's twists and turns, and I think Jungleland delivers enough to make a really satisfying experience overall. There's going to be parts where you might check out a little bit and feel like, what's the point at this point? But if you stick with it and get to the points where the film really starts flourishing again, I think it's worth that time. This isn't a great film, but I think it's a well-shot, well-put-together, intense film with really top-notch performances, some of the best performances of the year. And I think Jungleland's worth the time. It's only an hour and 30 minutes as well, so you're not putting a humongous amount of time into investing into this. But overall, I think it's a satisfying and moving drama that might be worth your viewing. But those are my thoughts on Jungleland. Let me know what you think. And let's talk some movies. So also a quick thank you and shout out to Philly Film Society, where I viewed this on virtual cinema before it went on VOD. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.